Hello, everybody. We got a double header tonight on our THPN YouTube channel. This is the first of two games tonight. We got a lot of games actually happening tonight, but in particular to this one here, we got a good one for you. It's Carolina heading into Pittsburgh tonight to take on the reeling Pittsburgh Penguins. And joining me is Alan from Arcaniac Sessions podcast. And we will be joined later by the Penguins Collective. I'm just hanging out for the first 10 minutes because I'm also doing another stream tonight. I'll be with Neil in about 20, 25 minutes or so as we will be doing the Devils and the Edmonton Oilers at 7:30. But that's not why we're here. We are here for Carolina and Pittsburgh here in the first of our two doubleheaders that we have tonight. It won't be the last ones before the holiday hits. We do have another one going on tomorrow as well, and believe it or not, it's another Edmonton Oilers game. The Oilers will be in New York to take on the Rangers tomorrow night, and we have one of our guys doing that game before the winter break hits, sort of. And we have all World Junior stuff, and there's other stuff happening. But other than that, we got this one tonight. The 17, 12, and 3 Hurricanes will be heading into Pittsburgh to battle the 14, 13, and 3 Penguins. So, Alan, I'm here for a couple minutes here for the first 10 minutes. What are your initial thoughts going into tonight for tonight's game and any predictions that you have?
Well, I mean, every game in the Metropolitan Division is a must win. This division is so competitive, but definitely the division has kind of took a 180 because Philadelphia is the second in the standings in the Metropolitan Division, and Pittsburgh is seventh. Carolina is fourth. So Carolina needs to win here. I mean, as a Hurricanes fan, because we came off a dominant win against Vegas, which shocked me, and I'm
Mhm.
sure it shocked a bunch of fans as well. So build off that momentum, and the goalie problems was a big thing for us. Chekhov played really well in all three games.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's always dangerous because I mean it's Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Eric Carlson, and Jay Getzel. So I mean we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, how the Penguins' power play has been reeling the last little bit, and going into an important game tonight because as it sits before the winter, well, the couple of days winter break that it is, the Hurricanes currently hold down the top wildcard spot, but not by much. They're a point up on the Capitals, currently 2 points up on Tampa Bay, and then the Devils and Red Wings are currently 3 points back. The Devils 2 games to still have in hand over Carolina. So that could also change tonight too with the Devils game as well. So it just gives off more importance for this game. And we were speaking on it too. Obviously, when I've done a lot of these divisional streams over the past couple of months, and I think it's starting to speak to the importance of what you were referring to earlier about the divisional games and how much they're important, right? Because I mean, just looking at it here, like between Philadelphia, who currently sits second in that division, all the way down to Pittsburgh, we're talking about a
Right.
5 point spread here, right? So it's
Mhm.
really anybody's game. Pittsburgh is falling out a little bit. They're 8 points behind the Philadelphia Flyers, so not totally out of it. I mean, at some point though, you have to think that if they want to be involved in it too, that they have to go on a bit of a winning streak and a winning spree. Um, but it's early. It's still a lot of hockey to be played, and I think the important games will start to show sometime in February and March and to come as well. Brandon checking in. Brandon, you are not late at all. Sometimes these things don't start at 7 o'clock, so they should be playing soon. Sometimes I've seen it all this week too, where games start at 7 and then they have like this whole
They do,
ceremonial thing.
yeah. I always do the
Yeah.
prediction for puck drop at 7:10 if it starts at 7. That's
Yeah.
how I always do it.
For sure. Yeah, no, game's not on yet, guys. And yeah, so I'll be here for another couple minutes before I switch over to our other stream tonight. So we'll be going live at 7:30 tonight. Yeah, so for goaltenders, what did I say earlier? It's we got Kochekov,
Nedeljkovic.
Nedeljkovic,
Nedeljkovic and
and
Kochetkov, yep.
Kochekov in net tonight. What do you expect from Kochekov tonight, you being the Canes fan that you are yourself? What do you think of Kochekov?
He's hot right now, especially a young goaltender like that needs repetition, and especially since Freddie Anderson went down with that unfortunate news that he had with the blood clots. Kochetkov took a little bit to get towards his game, but the past couple of games he's really stood on his head, and I've really liked the way he's played. And Nedeljkovic, a former Hurricane. I remember when he was traded to the Red Wings and it didn't pan out there. And now he's in
Right.
Pittsburgh. He's the backup. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I expect a big game from Kochetkov, but I just want this team to play the same way they did against Vegas because if we keep playing that way, then we're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, and you want to play against especially high competitive teams. And even though Pittsburgh's been down a little bit, they're desperate, right? So sometimes, desperate teams can ultimately be the ones that are, pretty dangerous too at the end of the day. PJ checking in. Better get the Canes now because in the new year they're taking off. We'll definitely challenge New York for the division. It'll be tough. It'll be tough to try to get them for that division. I'm just looking to see because the Rangers got 45 and Carolina at 37, and I think Carolina hasn't played the Rangers much this year, if I'm not mistaken.
We played them once and we lost. Yeah, we
Played
played
them once. Okay.
and we have they have 2 games in hand compared to us.
Right, exactly. So, it's 32. Oh, so they still have 2 more games in hand. Yeah. So you kind of have to see how those ones play out. We'll see what happens though. Brandon asking when Toronto's playing. I believe they're also
That doesn't matter.
dropping the puck.
Nope,
that
does not matter.
For those of you who are concerned, Toronto will be playing Buffalo tonight in Buffalo at probably around the same time. But they're just singing the anthem here in Pittsburgh, so I imagine they're going to be dropping the puck soon, as Big Kmart asks. I love that name, by the way. They're just singing, singing the
national
business. Well, being Canadian, I don't know much about Kmart, so unfortunately. But I've got the little flash score up for us. Hasn't shown anything yet because there hasn't been puck drop yet, but we will see how it goes. Any score predictions for tonight?
I'm gonna go 4-2 Canes.
4-2. Okay. I think the last time I did this, I had Pittsburgh scoring like 5 goals. I'm not going to go that way tonight. I agree. I think Carolina at some point is going to turn heel a little bit this season and start getting back into that second place, maybe battle for that division title. So I think you can start off with a good division win tonight against Pittsburgh.
Right.
It'll be tough in Pittsburgh tonight. I think that this was vice versa. I would definitely still go. I'm still going to go with Carolina tonight. I think it's going to be a bit closer of a game. I'll say the generic 3-2 Carolina in regulation tonight.
Okay.
But I'm also not opposed to overtime because I'm also a big fan of
overtimes.
So there you go.
Regular season, yeah. We just need that's all.
Yeah. Perfect. So I'm gonna hop out. I'll let you. They're gonna drop the puck here any second, so I'll let you take control here. And again, our Penguins Collective guys will be joining you, I believe, at the start of the 3rd period. So puck drop will be dropping here in a second. And I'll let you enjoy the game and enjoy the show.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.
Cool. I will see you all. If you want to check us out, we're up at 7:30, but don't forget to make sure to like and go check out Caniac Sessions if you guys haven't had a chance, and enjoy the game. Cool. Bye, guys.
Later, Kyle. So, yeah, we got a nice big game here because obviously that Pittsburgh and Carolina are hungry and they're really fighting for playoff position as we're starting right now, actually, as Gensel will get the puck, try to go cross crease to Crosby, and that will go behind the net, guarded by Brent Burns. Crosby goes up to the top of the blue line, dumps it back in. Gensel will get to it. They're wearing their throwbacks. They're wearing their throwback jerseys from the early 90s when Yager, Lemieux were running that whole team, as Burns will get to the puck and it'll be tipped into the offensive zone by Jarvis. Carlson will get to it. There's a pass up front intercepted by Orlov. Eric Carlson now back to Graves. Graves got a tip out in front, and here comes Jeff Carter, the former Los Angeles King. Tried to go around that. Orlov got to it. And looks like there is going to be a icing call on Carolina. Go Canes. Exactly. I can see what this says. Thumbs up, salute. Thank you, PJ. I'm going to get coffee to stay up all night till 6:30 p.m. Is that healthy? I don't know if that's healthy. Jeff Carter, he plays for the Penguins. He's a center. for the Penguins. I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. Okay. Having a little bit of trouble here with some of the stuff going on. All right, let me do this really quick. Perfect. There's a score right here, everything being updated as we speak. Valley Sports is not working for some reason on my computer. So we'll see what's the deal with this thing here. Let me go ahead and try to load it back up. I don't know why. Valley Sports has been having a ton of problems recently, so just bear with me here. Okay. You have to stream it here on ESPN Plus. I live in Ohio. So you're not a Blue Jackets fan? That's kind of hard to believe because I would think if you're in Ohio, you'd go for the hometown team. But hey, no judgment. I'm going to see if I can go here. Let's see here. Valley Sports is always tricky here. Some of the stuff here is like really weird for like direct TV and all this other hoopla. So let me figure this out here. So right now we almost had a goal. Clock back in. Tara Vinen had a chance there, and so it'll be a draw in the offensive zone of Pittsburgh. Kokoniemi is kicked out of the face-off circle. And it looks like Bunting will take the draw here in the left dot. Bunting loses the face-off, and that will be sent out. Orlov gets to it, and that's sent back into Carolina's zone. Pressure here from Lars Eller, and broken up by Jesperi Kokoniemi. Kokoniemi, he'll put it right back in. May have been offsides, but dodged it there. Bunting in a board battle against Pittsburgh right now behind the net. Kokoniemi, Bunting gets to it now. Back to Chatfield. Chatfield back to Bunting. Bunting moving around a couple defenders. Back to Orlov. Orlov with a nice pass. Shot. Saved. He had Kokoniemi right in the slot, and Nedeljkovic picked it off with the glove. Great play there. You might put down the Canadian club if you're going to try to work the keyboard. What? I don't understand. Interesting. What's interesting? This game? What's everybody's score predictions for tonight? That's the real question. That's what I want to know. Score predictions. Who's winning? Who's not? As back around the Hurricanes net here, trying to get rid of it. Burns will send it up. And this Drury, Svechnikov, and Teravainen line newly assembled because Svechnikov was out for a little bit with an upper body injury as Burns intercepts the pass at the blue line. Drury now, he'll get to it. He'll dump it back in. That's collected by Riley Smith. Pittsburgh now. Malkin will send this back into the offensive zone of Carolina. Burns gets to it. He'll send it back out. Svechnikov with it now. He'll cross the red line, dump it back in. Foss is chasing. So is Stahl. They get it out. Here we go. Shea with a nice backhand here. Graves sends it back. And no, tried to go back in the zone to Getzel, but no dice. 6-3 Canes. Canes 3/4-1. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. 5-2 Canes. 5-4 Penguins. Yeah, well, you're from Pittsburgh, so I expect that. I do not like these white Canes jerseys. Neither do I. I honestly think it kind of looks like the Rangers jerseys because of the Rangers and the Canes. I kind of liked how he had the emblem on our away jerseys. There's a shot stopped by Kochetkov, sent back into Pittsburgh zone. Letang behind the net. Letang now, he'll send it back in. Nice pass up in front and around the net a little bit, trying to look for something. And there's a shot on Kochetkov. It just goes wide. Letang now has it. That's blocked by Chatfield. Jarvis will bank it across the Chatfield. He's got Aho in the middle, just a little wide. Chatfield tries to send it back behind the net, but Jeff Carter will regain possession. Let me ask y'all this. What is the best jersey in the NHL? If you guys had to pick, what's the best jersey in the NHL? It can be like alternate, but it has to be from this year. Has to be from this year, like a home, away, or an alternate as Pittsburgh is battling. Kokoniemi gets it back to Slavin, top circle. Tried to get a tip from Natchez, doesn't get it around the net. Natchez now, he'll work. He'll get it back to Burns. Burns will send it back in, and that'll go out of play. First and only. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Vegas Golden Knights gold home. I mean, that's a given. Any gold jersey looks really good. I like it. And is it just you on TH? No, there are a lot of other podcasts. Every NHL team, people have podcasts on THPN. There's some teams that may not have them, but you know, I mean, listen to all the podcasts. I mean, listen to Caniac Sessions too. The blacks are best in the league. Are you talking about the Hurricanes ones? Because the Hurricanes blacks are okay. I like the 25th anniversary ones from last year. That was my personal favorite. So we're in a little bit of a commercial break. Barry Bonds with a Z. How you doing? Hard not to like the two color classic Red Wing whites, Toronto Blues. Yeah, I mean, but those are synonymous. But I just kind of think they're bland. I especially before Toronto changed their logo, their old Leafs logo that they had back in the early 2000s, especially when I remember Phil Kessel. So those jerseys were ugly. Yes, Carolina Blacks, best of new school. I don't agree. I really like the 25th anniversary jerseys that Carolina rocked last year. That should be the home. That should be the home jersey, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I know that Adidas is not the jersey sponsor next year, and it's Fanatics, and they sell a bunch of NHL stuff. Carolina will get to it, and they'll send it back in the offensive zone in Pittsburgh, and that'll be a icing. Not what we want to see. So Pyotr Kochetkov, 22, 13, and 7, third NHL season, 2.51 goals against, 0.904 save percentage, and 5 shutouts. Signed that contract last year for 4 years, $8 million. So it looks like he's going to be the future of Carolina goaltender wise. Unfortunately, Freddie Anderson is not playing with the team right now due to medical reasons. So we wish Freddie all the best. So we have a draw in the Carolina zone as Kokoniemi wins it, and they will send it back up. Natchez backskates. Natchez with a shot. Oh, tried to pass it back, but it just goes way over the goal. Natchez with a great backskate there. Hate to say it, but the Flyers. So the Flyers changed their jerseys a little bit, not like too much, but a little bit this year, and I kind of like how they look. Columbus Cannon jerseys, those are pretty cool. I I mean, I wouldn't give it like A or S tier, but if I were to do S, A, B, C, D, that'd definitely be in the B tier, in my opinion. So now this is dumped into Carolina zone, and Shea will get to it. That's intercepted by Getzel. Getzel back around net, and they score. Getzel with the feed right in front. It looked like it was straight to Crosby, and Pittsburgh is on the board. Another tries to get it out. It's stopped by the body of Getzel. Back out. Crosby with the nice tip out in front. Getzel fed it right to Raquel, back to Crosby. Just goes over the shoulder of Pyotr Kochetkov. So Pittsburgh now is up 1-0 against the Carolina Hurricanes. Not the start that I specifically wanted or all Canes fans wanted. 11 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first period. I feel like Sidney Crosby doesn't age. I mean, he is that good. And now a little miscommunication here back in Carolina's zone, and that is intercepted there. Chatfield dumps it back into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh trying to get something going here. Back behind their own net. Rudel here tries to get it back around. Oh, and there's a little bit of misconfusion. Kochetkov, what a stop there by Pyotr Kochetkov. My goodness. Stayed with him right there. A little defensive collapse. And Kochetkov looked like he poke checked and just stayed with the puck the whole way. And icing, I think, will be the call. Very interesting start. Dallas Blacks are pretty sweet, but their electric green should be gold. I know what you're talking about, but like I don't think that's looks good. I like the black and green, the neon. That's just my opinion. All right, let's see here. All right, got the score back up here. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey in black. Well, you're a Maple Leafs fan, so that's to be expected. But I do like that jersey. That jersey is very clean. All right, let's see here. All right, so Crosby scored. Who's scoring next? Is it Pittsburgh or is it Carolina? Let me know. Let me know in the comments who's scoring. I have a little stoppage in play here in Carolina. Looks like there is going to be a penalty for hooking. It is going to go against Carolina. Stefan Nason guilty of the hook. And it looks like we are going to get a Pittsburgh power play. Canes really have to stop it here on the penalty kill. Oh, Burns' stick is broken, but sends it out back into the Pittsburgh zone. Nedeljkovic now skating around with it. That's not very smart. Oh, back to Stahl. Stahl. Back to Slavin. Oh, Nedeljkovic was messing around behind his net. Took it away. But now Pittsburgh is going to start the power play once again. Intercepted there by Carolina, and it looks like there's going to be a offsides call. I thought that was going to be a goal, but we shot it wide, and he got there a little bit later, so to be expected. Feel like Bunce gets the next one. Yeah, I can feel that. He's been playing pretty well the past couple of games, especially last game, a goal and 2 assists against Vegas. So a minute and 20 left in the power play against Carolina as Pittsburgh will get it. They'll shoot it on net, stopped. Teravainen will get to it. He'll send it back out. Aho now. He's got Shea. He's looking for another pass. There's a tip out in front. Goes off the pad of Nedeljkovic. Pittsburgh in Carolina's zone, and Aho will clear this one out. Nedeljkovic behind the net will get to it. And Chris Letang will get ready to set it up the ice. He does back into Carolina's zone. Burns now will just send it right back into Pittsburgh's zone. Nedeljkovic coming way out of his net. 30 seconds left here on Pittsburgh's power play. Raquel, he'll carry it in. That's back to Jeff Carter. Carter now goes around net. A little slip, miscommunication, and Jesper Foss going to get to it. Tried to. Letang was there first. Pittsburgh now going to move in. Try to get something going there for Riley Smith. Jeff Carter behind net. Tipped away by Slavin. And Burns sends it back in, and the penalty has been killed. Very, very big play there. Was Ned Canes to wings to Pens? Yes. Yep. That was him. That was him. 10 the goal. I mean, I hope Nedeljkovic doesn't because he's prone to make a mistake. We had him on the Canes before, so I kind of know what to expect a little bit. But, you know. Nedeljkovic was handed the keys to Detroit. It didn't end up working out. And he got another shot here in Pittsburgh. I haven't really seen him play so much so far. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. And a defensive zone draw for Pittsburgh here. KK is kicked out of the faceoff circle. Carolina looked like they won it, and it'll go out. KK will dump it back in the zone. Nedeljkovic is just skating everywhere like a defenseman. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Interesting stuff there. All right. And so Pittsburgh will send it back into Carolina's zone. Icing is the call with 7:27 left in the first period. I didn't know this. Alexander Ovechkin against the Carolina Hurricanes has 99 points. Crosby has 63. So adding another one there is Shea will get it to Teravainen and back to Pesce. Pesce tried to get the shot blocked out in front. And Riedel will send it back out. And that's intercepted by Pesce, and he'll dump it back in. Graves around, guarded by Svechnikov, and sent back out. Oh, maybe it looked like a little penalty there, and we'll get a hooking call or either a slashing call. So we're going to go for a little break here. And we're going to go with a break in the stream for a minute. So we will be back here in about, I would say, 90 seconds. All right, we're back. So Carolina is going to the power play. Out there is Fetch-the-Cough, Aho, Jarvis, Burns, and Bunting. Maybe looking for a Aho faceoff win from Burns to a Bunting one-timer. If it happens, you heard it here first. So we'll see here. The penalty is on Pittsburgh, a 2-minute hook. So Aho to Burns to Bunting. Let's see. Waiting for it. Puck is dropped. Burns. He'll get it to Aho. Aho fumbles the puck a little bit. Tried to get to it was Pittsburgh and Riley Smith. Oh, nice save there. Back to Aho. Aho, they'll reset. Aho to Jarvis. Oh, look for Bunting right in the breadbasket, but just goes through the legs of Michael Bunting. Burns will get back to it. Aho now will try to carry it in, but Jarvis will send it in. Letang to the puck and gets it in front of the net, and that is cleared out. Carolina's power play 26 for 109, 23.9%, ninth in the NHL. As Burns will send that back to Jarvis. Jarvis back to Aho. Aho will take it in. Bunting. Bunting trying to go back to Burns. He's waiting in the corner. And Rudel will send it back into the Kane zone. Looks like we're going to get a change here for Carolina. Oh, nice lackadaisical fail there by Shea. Tipped out in front from Lars Eller. Shea, he'll send it to Marty Necas. Necas back to Teravainen. Teravainen to Drury. They'll try to go in. Drury takes a stop. Back to Shea. Shea. Teravainen. Shea. Back to Teravainen. Teravainen looks. Back to Necas. Necas looking. Back to Nason. Drury. Back to Teravainen. Slap shot for Shea. Saved. No, blocked out in front, actually. Shea. Back in to Drury. And tried to go to Necas, but too much power on that pass. So around 13 seconds left on the power play. Necas will pass it right to Nason. Nason tried to make a move around net. Back to Teravainen. Teravainen interrupted. They actually will get to it. Necas, power play has not been working. Necas tried to get the wrist shot, stopped. Slavin keeps it in and went outside of the offensive zone. Slavin now, he'll take it and he'll dump it back into Pittsburgh zone. So 0-0 on the power play for both teams. How's it going? Conclusive. It's going great. How are you? Is 58 the ugliest number on a jersey? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think maybe I had to guess, ugliest number, 00 maybe, but that's not a hockey number, so we don't have to worry about that. Neither a 0, so, I mean, we're fine with that too, as Carolina has it now, tried to get it out, and Pittsburgh has it behind the net. Pressure there by Jacob Slavin, and he'll get it out to Jordan Stahl, and they'll get it out of their offensive zone. Pesci dumps it in. Nedeljkovic around behind the net and gives it off to Pittsburgh's defenseman. Pittsburgh now tried to get a clear zone entry, couldn't get it. Svechnikov with an interception, loses the handle. Malkin now back out to Erik Karlsson. Erik Karlsson tried to look for a teammate there, but back in Carolina's zone, Orlov with it. Svechnikov puts it back to the red line. And Nedeljkovic again behind the net. Teravainen with the intercept. Back into Svechnikov. A little feisty here as Pittsburgh will dump this back into Carolina zone. Recovered. And Nedeljkovic, man, Nedeljkovic is playing so much out of his net. I love 0-0 jerseys. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Just watching the Flyers, browsing Twitch. Flyers are very good this year. Hey, you did say it's 1-0 Penguins, correct? I did. It is 1-0 Penguins. Crosby scored the first goal with a tip out in front from a feed from Jake Getzel and Ricard Raquel. Vegas having a nice bounce back game. They're up 2-0. They're giving me hope. Their first goal tonight was kind of insane. I haven't seen it. Philadelphia has definitely turned to 180. I had them actually finishing 6 or 7 in the Metro in one of our predictions on Caniac Sessions. So if you're watching this, if you haven't already, please go like and follow and download Caniac Sessions on your phone. We are a THPN podcast, and we would love the support from everybody. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Just let us know. Oh, Barry Bonds with a Z. I can't say that on a stream, but I am definitely feeling how you're feeling. Okay, so here we go. Back in. Face off in Pittsburgh zone. Stalls kicked out of the face off circle. Martinook now will get the draw against Crosby, and Martinook and Crosby kind of 50-50 battle there. Jesper Fast pushing Chris Letang. Tried to get it back out to Jacob Slavin, and Pittsburgh will send it down the ice. Crosby on Slavin's tail, but he'll send it over to Burns. Burns back. Nice pass to Jesper Fast. Big hit there by Pittsburgh as Jake Getzel tried to get to the puck. Burns to Slavin. And Martinook back to Jesper Foss, interrupted there. Regather by Burns. Burns looked for Martinook, had an open lane, but it will not go. Crosby one-on-one with Slavin. No, I'm sorry. Jake Etzel one-on-one with Slavin. Oh, big, nice little push there from Brent Burns. And Martinook tried to send it to Aho, but that's intercepted by Lars Eller, the former Washington Capital. Oh, we may have a 2-on-1 here. Backup pass. Great stop by Chatfield. Way to get out in front of the puck. Lars Eller behind net. Mistapped. Went in front instead. Sebastian Aho will now send it back into Pittsburgh zone. Eric Carlson to it. And now, Pittsburgh. Riley Smith tried to get something going around net. Orloff will take care of it back to Chatfield. That was not a smart pass, Chatfield. Sorry, I don't mean to be biased. All right, let's see here. Pittsburgh has it in their offensive zone or defensive zone. Bunting had it, tripped, but no call there. And Pittsburgh will send it back out. Creasing. They will dump it back in. Brady Shea will get to it, though. Back to Marty Natchez. Natchez. 43 seconds left. Natchez tried to go for the shot. Stopped. Letang got to it. And Jake Getzel now will bang it side the boards. And Brady Shea will go around that. Brett Pesce will clear it out. And Carolina... Pittsburgh dumped it back in Carolina's zone. Now 19 seconds left. Svechnikov, 3-on-2 possibility. Teravainen, great stick there by Sidney Crosby. 10 seconds left in the first period. Andrei Svechnikov tried to get to the puck to block it from getting out of the zone. 4 seconds left. Slavin around net. He's pestered, and that will be the end of the first period. Pittsburgh, 1-0 goal from Sidney Crosby. 5 shots on goal for the Penguins. 4 shots on goal for the Hurricanes. Who do you think will score for the Hurricanes? I think Shea. I said Bunting earlier. I think Bunting is going to be the goal scorer because he had a really good game last time against Vegas. Like I said, 1 goal, 2 assists. To beat the reigning Stanley Cup champions first in the Pacific Division, 6-3, pretty much 6-1 the whole entire game. But, you know, it is what it is. Didn't mean to click mute. All right, so the holidays are coming up. Let me ask everybody who's watching this. What was your favorite Christmas present from when you were a kid? I would love to hear what your favorite Christmas present was. Trying to see here. Hold on 1 second. I think something was going on there over in my little office. So what are we thinking? What is the best Christmas present that you have gotten since you were a kid? I mean, be honest. Plus, didn't mean for that to be loud. Also, BB gun and 10 speed. Yeah, that I got a BB gun one time for Christmas, and that was like the highlight for years. Hello, Ron. How are you? Lovely for you to join us. Yes, favorite Christmas present. Holidays are coming up. 4 days till Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is. So 0-1 Pittsburgh, not the start that the Canes wanted, but definitely still a lot of hockey left, 40 minutes to play. We'll see what happens here. Does anybody do fantasy hockey? If so, what players are playing the best for y'all? Oilers up 2-0 against the Devils. Sorry, Neil, if you're watching this. Okay, so right now, as Kyle and I were talking about earlier, he is also doing a live stream with Neil from the Devil's State podcast. Edmonton is winning 2-0 against the Devils. So there's the good news. We do not want any Metro teams to win, but I'm sure that there are going to be Metro teams that do win. So, anyways, uh, let me provide y'all with some more scoring updates here. Pull out the handy dandy uh, iPhone here, if you guys were curious. Let's look here. Okay, so end of the first, the Sabres are up 3-2 against the Maple Leafs. That's pretty surprising. Well, Golden Knights up 2-0 against the Lightning. End of the first period. Double zeros for the Blues and the Panthers. End of the first. Flyers are up 1-0 against the Predators. End of the first period. Capitals are up 1-0 against the Blue Jackets at the end of the first period. And like I said, Oilers 2, Devils 0. With about 14:21 left in the first period. Also tonight at 8 o'clock, we have the Vancouver Canucks and the Dallas Stars, as well as the Montreal Canadiens and the Minnesota Wild. At 9 o'clock, we have the Colorado Avalanche and the Ottawa Senators. Recently, just fired their head coach, not doing as well as most Ottawa fans have expected. And at 10 o'clock, we will have the Anaheim Ducks versus the Calgary Flames. And at 10:30, if you're on the East Coast, stay up. I probably will not stay up. Maybe. I don't know. San Jose and Arizona at 10:30 Pacific. Or Pacific Standard Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. The Coyotes have really surprised me this year. I really thought they were going to be a bottom team, but 16, 13, and 2, that really says something about how they've done a 180 so far. So, really happy for the Coyotes. So, like I said, by the way, if you haven't already, if you live in North Carolina, myself and my co-host Griff, who is not here tonight, we are giving away 2 Liberty level tickets tonight against the New York Islanders, December 23rd, 7 o'clock puck drop, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. But the only way to win is if you follow the podcast account on X, retweet it, retweet the tweet, like the tweet or X or whatever you want to call it, and comment your favorite Canes memory because we will be announcing it here in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Is it 7 minutes? No, sorry, not 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 9 minutes. We're going to take a short break here and we will be back here after this message or messages. See you in a sec. All right, we are back. Like I said, in 5 minutes, announcing a giveaway winner on our X Twitter account, whatever you want to call it, Caniac Sessions, for 2 lower level tickets on this Saturday, December 23rd, against the New York Islanders. All you have to do, like I said, is follow us on X, Twitter, retweet it, X tweet it, like the tweet. You have to follow us and you have to comment your favorite Canes memory. We are getting ready to spin the wheel here to determine who is going to win these free tickets. Still low here on the still in the intermission. The Canes and Penguins game again. Penguins up 1-0 from a goal from Crosby, from Raquel and Getzel. Both teams are 0-1 on the power play. Both great penalty kills there. So we'll see what happens here in the second period. Expecting Carolina to come out and running, but you know, uh, let's just try to win. Stick to our game. Pucks in deep. Create chances. Don't spend too much time in the defensive zone and really get to our game. So right now, believe it or not, right now, yep, right now, we are about to announce the ticket giveaway winner. And let's go ahead and spin the wheel. The wheel will work. Yeah, the wheel's not working very well. Oh, here we go. All right, wheel is spinning. Cue the Jeopardy music. This wheel takes forever. I should have sped it up. That's all right, though. All right, we have a winner. It will be announced at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. You gotta be listening and watching. Put down in the comments if you actually are listening. Hockey from Home needs more people in his stream. I don't know who that is. So thank you for that. Anyways, so we are about to pick let's see. Hello, Annie. Thank you for joining the stream. Don't you guys just love how your internet on your iPhone, Android, flip phone, whatever you want to call it, just doesn't work? Because that's kind of what's been happening to me recently, especially with this phone that I have. All right, 1 minute until we announce the winner of the giveaway. All right, well, actually less than 1 minute now. So the winner of the giveaway for 2 tickets against the New York Islanders on December 23rd is Thomas J. X. I assume if you're watching this, Thomas, congratulations. I will be sending you a message and we will go from there. So congratulations to Thomas. Everybody say congratulations in the chat if you want to. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. I get it. All right, Thomas. I mean, who doesn't want to have free tickets? Seriously. All right, so we're starting in the second period now. So far, player profile, Sebastian Aho, 12 goals, 18 assists, 30 points, and he leads the team in all those categories. And Aho's really been picking up the pace, so we'll see. I don't know. All right, we are getting ready to start. And Pittsburgh will win the draw. They'll dump it back into Carolina's zone. Kochetkov behind the net. Back in. Little push and shove match there. Martinook dumps it back in. Jeff Carter now tries to get to it. Nedeljkovic will backhand it in. Martinook to it. Hit. Taken down. Looked like a nice little hole there. Not going to call it. I mean, that's, usual. I'm nope. Not going to be biased. Not going to be biased. But that definitely looked like something a little bit sketchy. So Carolina now will dump it back into Pittsburgh zone and tried to look for the icing, didn't get it. Jordan Stahl with a big hustle there. Pinned back around. Ryan Grace will get to it behind the net. Nice defense there from the Martinook, Stahl, and Foss line, and an icing will be called on Pittsburgh. I accidentally went full screen on some of my stuff. All right, so Carolina with the offensive zone draw, won by Sebastian Aho. Brady Shea looks out in front. A little bit of tip out in front, though. Aho, he'll send it behind the net. Brett Pesce will get to it. He sends it right back to Seth Jarvis. Jarvis back to Shea. Shea back to Pesce. A little too far. And Aho is being pressured by Jake Getzel. Now 2 men on him, Jeff Carter and Jake Getzel. Aho goes back around, but it is stopped. It looks like Pedersen, and Carolina will try to send it back in their offensive zone. Broken up here. Aho, that's right back to Jarvis. Jarvis shot and blockered away by Alex Nedeljkovic. My goodness. Nice opportunity there from Seth Jarvis. Nice little wrister, just blocked away by Alex Nedeljkovic, former Carolina Hurricane, as we talked about before. Offensive zone draw won by the Hurricanes. Burns with a shot. That's bobbled. Teravainen tried to send it back in, kept in. Great play there. Svechnikov tried to go back to Slavin, but it's sent out, and they'll have to go back to the line to go back in onside, not offside, onside. Sorry, a little mumbo jumbo here with the talking, trying to talk fast, and it'll be sent back into Pittsburgh zone. Pass Burns. Now it's a chase here between Slavin. Right now, we have a little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Watch that. Slavin behind net, back to Burns. Burns now. He'll look. All right, here we go. Nate just tried to get the shot saved by Nedeljkovic. Go stop there by Nedeljkovic. Sorry if you hear my keyboard clicking and clacking. I don't mean for it to be that loud. All right, here we go. Back to the game. Sorry about that. All right. Come on. Get the comments kind of flowing here. And it's not just me sitting and talking. I mean, I'm giving you updates, but you gotta engage a little bit. If you're sleepy, that's all right. But come on, let's engage a little bit. All right. All right, so here we go here now. Kochetkov comes out of his net to play it, tries to dump it out. Stop there, shot almost in the net. Crosby was looking out in front, and that'll be sent out of the zone. Graves will get to it now. He's pressured. And it'll be dumped back in by Carolina. Around that, Ryan Graves. He'll look. A little bit of tipped out. And Jordan Stahl will get to it, trying to get there before Ryan Graves. He does. Jordan Martin goes around net. He is looking for Brett Pesce. Pesce shot just wide. And Shea tried to send another one on net. Interrupted there. And now it is back down low. Foss fighting for it. Martinuk with the last-ditch effort. Pesce now. Shot saved by Alex Nedeljkovic. All right, let me ask y'all this. Since I asked for y'all's past best presents that y'all ever had before, what are y'all asking for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you guys celebrate? What are you guys asking for? And here's going to be another penalty on Stefan Nason. 2 minutes to the box, looks like for a trip. So Pittsburgh will go on the power play for the second time tonight. Let's get the official call. It is a tripping from Stefan Nason. Let's take a look at it one more time. Aho tried to get to it. Nedeljkovic tried to get the rebound. Nason's stick gets caught. And Pittsburgh has a chance to pad their lead to 2-0. Crosby will take the draw. Won by Stahl. Jarvis now. He may be looking for a shorthanded goal. Jarvis, that's back down to Jordan Stahl. Stahl muscles in. Stahl saved by Alex Nedeljkovic. And that will go out. Brent Burns around, and he'll get it out. Jordan Stahl now. He's got a potential 1-on-0. Interrupted, though. Seth Jarvis now. Send it back in. Slavin will dump it in. Nedeljkovic will take care of it. Erik Karlsson now. He's waiting to push up. .121 left in the power play here as Crosby gets to it. Back around net to Jake Getzel, and that's interrupted. Sebastian Aho. Erik Karlsson, though, will get in front of him. Back to Evgeny Malkin. Malkin, backhanded pass. They'll reset. And Karlsson couldn't handle the play there. As a little bit of more pressure. More pressure here, and Carolina manages to get it out of the zone. 40 seconds left on the power play. Stefan Nason, 2-minute minor for tripping, his second penalty of the game. And Slavin will send this one out and kill more time. Less than 30 seconds left. Nedeljkovic Back to Letang. Letang around net, and he'll reset for the last almost 20 seconds left in the power play here. Riley Smith. Smith now. He'll get it back to Eller. Eller, Letang. Letang. Backhand shot by Jeff Carter. Saved. A little bit of scrum back out in front. And Kochetkov will get to it. Good stuff so far. All right, so big defensive zone draw here for Carolina, and the power play has expired for Pittsburgh. 0 for 2 now on the night. Pedersen behind the net. He'll look to get things going. That's sent back in. Tried to look for something to dump it in. Jeff Carter gets to it, dumps it in Carolina's zone. Looks like we're going to get bunting here. Try to look for Kokaniemi. Couldn't get it. And Pedersen will try to send it back in. And that is interrupted. Kokaniemi will dump it into Pittsburgh zone. Letang around net. He'll try to send it back out. He does. A little bit of confusion going on right now. And Pittsburgh will get it out. I think that's Heenan. I think he still plays. 43 for Pittsburgh. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Daniel Heenan. And a little scrum around net. Trying to figure something out. Orloff and Chatfield pressuring and trying to get it out of their own zone. And that is still kept in. Orloff, they'll send it around the boards, and that will still stay in. And there's a pass right out in front. Cross crease. What a stop there. Chatfield playing a little bit of goaltender right there. Intercepting the pass that could have been pivotal. And there's another shot. There's a stop and another follow-up save by Kochetkov. And that will take us to a commercial break. 1-0 still. Pittsburgh with 11:57 left in the second period. Pittsburgh 1, Carolina 0. Oh. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll probably be back here in about 30 seconds. All right, we're back. Commercial break is over for this stream and for the Hurricanes versus Penguins game. 1-0 here. Pittsburgh. Goal from Sidney Crosby, of course. And there's a face-off win. Still kept in Carolina's zone. Crosby tried to look for Raquel. Sent back in. Getzel now back into Raquel. Raquel around net. Looking for Crosby. He's pinned up against Jack Drury. Drury and Burns trying to fight for it. And it looks like there's going to be a slash or a hold coming up against Carolina, and it's going to go on Jack Drury. So Pittsburgh to the power play once again for the third time for a hold on Jack Drury. I don't understand why these guys can't stay disciplined. I mean, we can easily be in this game, but like us, we're going to come off a great game and then we're just going to the bed. So fun stuff. All right, so Pittsburgh again to the power play. They'll send it in. Pretty low shot game as there's another one. Crosby shot stopped by Kochetkov. Hung the post there. Looked like it was the shoulder. And Stahl settles it down, but collected. And it'll be back into the Canes zone. Malkin now. He'll look. Erik Karlsson. Karlsson now. He'll look. He's probably going to go to Crosby. Crosby pass. Shot. Save by Kochetkov. And Pesce will send it back in to Pittsburgh zone. All right, Pittsburgh still on the power play. 40 seconds left here on the power play as Riley Smith will dump this one in. Fight around the boards here, Burns and Slavin. And sent back out. Canes come back with it. Aho trying to look for a shorthanded opportunity. Doesn't get it. Teravainen and Aho will go off for a change. Less than 20 seconds here on the power play for Pittsburgh. Smith now. He'll get it back. He'll wait. Back to Carter. Eller now keeps it in. Intercepted by Jesper Foss. 5 seconds left on this power play. And it looks like Carolina is going to go 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Raquel tried to send it back in, blocked by Chatfield. Chatfield around. Back to Dmitry Orlov. Orlov up, sending it back to Kochetkov. And Nedeljkovic will get to it. Crosby backhands it. Intercepted there by Carolina. And here we go. Brady Shea, Brett Pesce. He's looking somebody in front. Here's a shot. And a follow-up opportunity by Jack Drury, blocked. Ricard Raquel will dump it back in. I want to answer this question. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right. Pittsburgh keeping it in their own zone here. Pittsburgh now behind the net. Brady Shea. He'll get to it. Sends it back out. Jack Drury now. He'll send it to Brett Pesce. Back to Marty Necas. Necas shot save by Nedeljkovic. And that will take us to a commercial break. Still 1-0 Penguins. You are watching the watch party for the Carolina Hurricanes versus Pittsburgh Penguins. All right, we're back. So, still 1-0 here in the PPG Paints Arena. Here in about 7 minutes, we are going to be joined by I'm going to be joined by the Penguins Collective to discuss the game so far and watch and talk about the third period. Fun fact, this is my third live stream I've done for this network. I'm 0-2. 0-2. So that really goes to show you. This team is... Hey, what's up, Emily? Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's see what we can do here because I'm starting to get frustrated. But I got to keep it neutral. There's a nice play there from Crosby. He tried to go between the legs and no icing. Looked like it, but no dice. Erik Karlsson now behind net. And there's a nice little sound bite. If you're watching the game, you definitely heard a word that was not supposed to be said. Oh, broken stick here. Carolina has a little bit of an advantage, and they send it right back into Pittsburgh. This team's awesome. Bunting around net. Stop. Saved by Nedeljkovic. And that's back. Shea. Shot. Bunting whiffed it. He had an open net. Shots on goal, 12-12. Carolina's starting to find their game a little bit. And Chatfield, he'll keep it in. 4-on-4 now. Bunting, backhand shot, stopped. What a save by Nedeljkovic. My goodness. Marty Necas now. There's a slap shot. Oh, almost went in again. Nedeljkovic doesn't have his stick. Jalen Chatfield now. They'll get it back in. Carolina, they have to capitalize here. Do not let up here. Carolina keeps it in their zone. That's back out. Chatfield keeps it in. Now back, blue line. Here comes Michael Bunting. Bunting, that's interrupted by Chris Letang. Necas gets to it. Back to Jalen Chatfield. Chatfield looking for a shot. Stopped. Shot again. Another stop. And Pittsburgh still having trouble clearing. They'll keep it in. Carolina still has the puck, and Letang will get it out of the zone. And this will be another icing call. Thank you, Matt. Let's go Canes indeed, because this game will send me into cardiac arrest with the way that we are playing right now. Here we go. Draw here. Malkin. It looks like Aho. He's oh no, Malkin and Drury. Carolina wins it though. Slavin in front of the net tried to look for Brent Burns. Drury now, he'll handle. He'll wait. Back in. Center, they score! Deflected in. It looked like it was Jacob Slavin. And Carolina ties it 1-1. Oh, my bad. I'm getting charged up because it's turbo time in Pittsburgh. Great play. Teravainen, it hit off of Letang's skate. Tried to center it to Slavin, I believe. And it hit off of Letang's skate. So that is 1-1. Let's go indeed. There we go. There we go. Tying it up. 1-1. 1-1. Very nice play there by Carolina to tie it 1-1. We still have, so now it's 0-0 once again. What I like to call it, at least. So Carolina will send it back in their own zone. Tried to look for a tip out in front, didn't get to it. Stahl reaches, couldn't get to it. Lars Eller now, perhaps a little 2-on-3 here. Pittsburgh shot stopped by Pyotr Kochetkov. All right, staying home. Ryan Graves sends it. That's a high stick, but Carolina gets to it, though. So play will continue. Slavin now. He'll send it into Pittsburgh zone. Aho chasing back. Jarvis around net. Back tried to look for Nason. Orlov keeps it in. And little miscommunication. And now we're going to have a one-on-one. Heenan, Orlov, stop. No goal. No goal. That is stopped by Pyotr Kochetkov. Looked like it almost leaked in there, but did not go in. Big break there from the Hurricanes. And losing the puck. It may have gone in the Penguin zone, and we'll go to a little commercial break. Tied 1-1 here in PPG Paints Arena. Teravainen awarded the goal. All right, so it is 1-1. I predicted Bunting to score. He didn't. Who's scoring next? Is it Pittsburgh? Is it Carolina? What team? Who is scoring? Come on, you got to tell me. You got to tell me. Drop it in the chat. Matt, Barry, Emily, I'm looking for y'all. Come on. Who's scoring? Who's scoring? Tell me who's scoring. All right. 1-1 now. That's the good news. Kochekhov's made some really big saves so far. Nice stop from Getzel. Heenan is not playing for them. I thought he still was for Pittsburgh on that last shot. He's not. And Jordan Martinook now. He'll take it. Jesper Fast, chased by Eric Carlson. Scrum around the net. Jordan Stahl waiting for it. Jordan Stahl, the former second overall pick for the Pittsburgh Penguins, won a Stanley Cup. And Brett Pesce will send it back in. Jesper Fast will get to it. Fast tried to look for Stahl. Little miscommunication there. And Raquel will send it back out. And this will go all the way down. No icing. And Brett Pesce now will send it back to Brady Shea. And it looks like we're going to get a high stick from Brett Pesce. Pesce does not like the call. Let's see what happened here. 2 minutes, 47 seconds in the second period. Two-minute minor for roughing. Let's see how the rough was. Pesce didn't like it. I don't know if I like it either. Let's see. Oh, that's a terrible call. Hit on Jake Getzel. Tried to look for the blood. Couldn't get it. Rod doesn't like it either. I just saw his face. No bueno. No bueno. Here we go. Carlson to Crosby. Crosby now looking back to Carlson. Back out. Tried to look for it. Stopped. And Burns will send it back out. Stopped. Still kept in Pittsburgh zone. They'll look. Stall. Trying to defend the top of the post. And Burns gets to it. And they'll send it back out. Really big words from Trip Tracy saying if Carolina kills this penalty, Carolina will win this game. Well, let's take one thing at a time. With a minute and 10 left on the power play, Erik Karlsson, he'll send it back in Carolina's zone. Kochetkov got to stick to it now, and that's wrapped around net. He'll wait. Aho defending Crosby. Back out, tipped. Aho, he's going to see if he can beat Erik Karlsson. He does. Back around. Oh, just short of Teuvo Teravainen. Tried to look for his second. And here comes Evgeny Malkin, a 2-on-3. Stopped by Brent Burns once again. And Burns will send it out. Big play there. Less than 30 seconds left on the power play for Pittsburgh. And Chris Letang will settle it back down. We are almost a minute left in this second period, and we are 15 seconds left on the power play to Brett Pesce for roughing. And Carolina now trying to get it out. Still working. 5 seconds left on the power play. 4. And they're looking across. Riley Smith, great stick there by Burns, and the penalty has been killed. Riley Smith now. He gets to it, but that's intercepted. Foss, slap shot, stopped by Nedeljkovic, and he'll cover up. 33 seconds left. Great kill there by Carolina. Can't really be too biased because obviously I'm a Hurricanes fan, so. Oh, yeah. Third period, we are bringing on the guys from the Penguins Collective. So please stay tuned for the third period because that'll be a lot of fun. All right, Brett Pesce keeps it in, swatted it down like Dikembe Mutombo blocking a shot. Here comes Pittsburgh. Brady Shea, what a good play. And Brett Pesce, he'll send it back to Marty Necas. Necas now, he'll dangle. Brett Pesce's shot goes over the net. Michael Bunting now. Bunting back around. We gonna whip it up. Skirt. Oh, try to get another one, and that'll be the end of the period. Uh-oh. Maybe. Uh-oh, Bunting and Pettersson got a little into it at the end, so let's see what happens here. Will there be a penalty called? Bunting shaking it off and smiling. So looks like no penalties are going to be called. So it is 1-1 with the goal from Teuvo Teravainen. And we are all tied up here at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. 1-1, Pittsburgh and Carolina. Isn't it 1-1, not 1-0? I said 1-1. It is. Isn't it 1-1? I said it was 1-1. I guess the thing didn't update. Here, let me fix that really quick. Sometimes this thing's a little finicky. Appreciate you telling me that, though. Okay. Let's try this now. There we go. 1-1. Problem solved. Sometimes my internet's not working the best, so that may be why it was a little delayed. It may have been delayed the whole game, so I'm not 100% sure, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So 1-1 here. Teravainen with a late goal off the skate of Chris Letang. Again, third period, we are having both guys from the Penguins Collective on for the third period. So we're going to take a little bit of a short break, and we will see you guys in a second. All right. Here. All right, joining us right now for the third period is Louis from the Penguins. From the Penguins Collective. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm ready to see who take this game here in the third period.
Yeah, that's right. Josh is coming on soon.
Okay.
So as soon as that happens, we'll be ready to go.
Well, good.
And
what have you
I'm
thought
realizing?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
What have you thought about the power play so far? Obviously, you haven't been getting the chances that you've wanted.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a big thing right now. Sorry, I got so many things going on right now, trying to get the setup ready to go so we can watch. But yeah,
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the power play. We don't look good whatsoever entering the zone at all. And just crossing that blue line, we look lost. Definitely Carolina looks way better in every aspect of the game. Offensively, defensively, they're passing way better than we are. And in fact, we enter into the zone and they're keeping their positions, and we're just kind of scrambling when it comes into the man advantage. So we're not looking good. We're not looking good. It's a miracle that it's 1-1. You guys have had so many shots on net. You had so many opportunities. And it's literally Nedeljkovic that's keeping us in this game. Our defense isn't doing any favors. Literally kicked the puck in for you guys. It's just not looking good. Not looking good right now. I would like to see the Penguins play a little bit better. Obviously Sid being Sidney Crosby. But overall, pretty good game. I'm happy. I would like us to play better, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously the big conversation coming into this season was Erik Karlsson was traded from San Jose, had a career year, 102 points last year. Overall, what kind of were your feelings with Erik Karlsson coming in, and has he lived up your expectations, or is he kind of in the middle or below your expectations?
Well, first of all, I remember wherever I was. Let me restart that sentence. Holy cow. I remember where I was when it got announced. Obviously, we were kind of expecting that with the new regime and everything that's going on. And then as soon as I was at church, we were wrapping up. I was walking out. My phone rang. My brother's calling me. I look on Twitter. I see it. The whole entire fan base is going crazy. We just got Erik Karlsson. So I'm talking to Josh. I'm like, we got to go home. We got to record. We got to do all this stuff. I'm so excited. So the expectations, with all that being said, were high. Like we expected to win the Stanley Cup, right? That's kind of, we were joking. Obviously, we know that's a very long stretch, but we were like, get the parade's happening. Like where we're going to plan it. Are you coming over to my house? Like, what's the party situation like? It definitely was high expectations. Now he got off to a good start. Now he's kind of dwindled a little bit, but I'm okay with it. With Karlsson, we got 4 future Hall of Famers. So the Penguins are a little spoiled, a little bit. So I'm not expecting him to carry this team. I think that was kind of a selling point for him coming to Pittsburgh. He's got Letang there. He doesn't need to carry the defense. He's got Sid there. He doesn't need to be a leader. He just needs to come and play good hockey, which is probably a huge sigh of relief for him. It would have been a similar situation with him going to Carolina, because at the time it was either Carolina or Pittsburgh. Who's going to get him? And then I believe you guys re-signed one of your guys. Was it? It wasn't Hamilton.
So we made the big decision to our cap. I thought we were making space for Karlsson, but we went out and signed Orlov to that huge deal for $7 million a year. And that kind of, we still had a little bit of cap to work with, and San Jose would retain. We were on good terms with them after the Brent Burns trade. But then we went out and re-signed D'Angelo, and we kind of were looking for an offensive defenseman. And I was like, well, that kind of really answers our question. And a lot of teams especially with Timo Meier last year and Erik Karlsson this year, they're asking for Alexander Nikishin, who's our best defensive prospect. He's the best defenseman in the KHL, and we're not going to get rid of him. So
no,
that,
I mean, and that kind of puts you in a situation where the Penguins were like, who do you want? Like just point and pick. Obviously, not the top four guys, but like who do you want? And that, I mean, that literally that's kind of what helped the Penguins. And I'm glad we landed him. He's making himself, feel at home, which is great. I knew it was going to take some time for him to come in and gel with the team. And hopefully he kind of gets his stride again and he keeps on going. But expectation was high. He kind of came in when the season started and met that. Now it's kind of dwindled down a little bit, but I'm not on him. I'm not one of those crazy fans where, he needs, he's not producing, get him
Trade
out.
him.
Like what was the point of bringing him in? No, I'm not like that. I mean, like I get it. Pittsburgh's a lot different than San Jose. Like just that alone, I can imagine could be a whirlwind for him to kind of come in and just as a human being from San Jose to Pittsburgh is a major difference. So I'll give him some time to gel with the team, but we've got him for a bit, hopefully. So it's just going to be one of those things where you hope he kind of grows into it and we get a cup sooner than later. So
So I'm going to add Josh in here too. He's also one half of the Penguins collective. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Howdy, gentlemen. Sorry for the delay, technical difficulties.
There he is.
That's all right.
Yeah,
we're talking to one half, and I got a nice comment here. Slower start for the Penguins. The guy comments here. Do you feel Sullivan should be fired yet?
Oh boy, who said that?
Bruce Harper.
Bruce Harper.
Hey, Bruce, let me
go ahead
look at you.
Go ahead and talk to
Bruce. Look right in the eyes here, okay? If you've ever listened to the Penguins Collective podcast, I have a little saying on that show, and Josh could answer what that is. Josh, what do I always say about Mike Sullivan?
Mike Sullivan is the head coach of this team and of the future of the team, and then he throws in the caveat that he will take a bullet from Mike Sullivan.
100%.
Wow.
Mike Sullivan. Okay. If it wasn't Sidney Crosby's team, okay, it's Mike Sullivan's team.
Right.
And I have the utmost respect for Mike Sullivan. And I think that he is the guy who is going to lead us to another cup. All right. I think it took a lot for him to come in 2016 to a very bad team in the Metropolitan, turn it around and win the cup that exact year. And then not only to do that, but to do it again in 17. If anything, he is the guy who's going to get us a cup again. Listen, Crosby's not the problem. Sullivan's not the problem. We just got to find our rhythm. And as soon as we do, the whole entire Metropolitan better look out because this team is going to be on a roll, And I'm not here to come and talk trash. I'm just spitting facts. I'm just spitting facts over here, The Penguins are always in it, right? Which is why it's a great franchise. Just like Carolina, they're coming into their own, like where they won the cup after 10 years, they won the cup and that was great, but then they kind of lost their identity a bit as a franchise. And now they're back in it, like they're one of the teams in the NHL, which is great. But what I love about the Penguins is that they always have a shot every single year. It's because of Sidney Crosby. It's because of Genny Malkin. And it's because of my ADHD here. I'm looking. We almost had a shot.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. So I'm like, oh boy, we almost scored there. But it's because of Mike Sullivan that we're like that. So that's why when I hear people say, hey, are we going to fire Mike Sullivan? I was like, okay, then let's just trade Crosby because it's not their fault. So why are we kind of pinning it on them? And I'll let Josh speak because I always kind of
Josh, what do you think about that? Because clearly Louis just went in depth about that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, honestly, like everyone is aware of right now, the Penguins are struggling. In any sport, the first scapegoat is always the coach. To be honest, we've gone into depth with it. It in our eyes, it's more of a special teams issue, mostly the power play, because, when you look at it on paper, we have 4 Hall of Famers on our
Mhm.
power play, and we should not be in the bottom third of the NHL in power plays. So, you know, a lot of the focus at our eyes is on the assistant coach, Todd Reardon. And unfortunately, like, we don't like singling out coaches because that means that we're calling for their jobs. They have families that they need to provide for and stuff like that. So we don't like
Right.
calling for people's jobs. But if we're going to point fingers, we're going to look for someone to, you know, scapegoat here. We think it's Todd Reardon. You know, we both fully believe in Kyle Dubas and the direction that he has for the Penguins. And he has stood firm in his support for Mike Sullivan. And if you're going to support Dubas, then in turn, you have to support Sullivan. So as long as he is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins, he will have my full support. But that's also mainly because I don't like calling for people's jobs. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said on paper when I talked about the Hurricanes this season. When I looked at the defensive pairings, when you looked at it on paper, it was the best defensive core in the NHL. But when we started out super slow, not at all what us Hurricanes fans expected, including myself. Like, we were wondering what's going on. Is it time to trade Orlov? Is it time to trade Pesci? But you know, I mean, I don't see this defense going up unless a key person is gotten rid of. And I honestly think Brett Pesci needs to go a separate way. But like you said,
Yeah.
you know, the Metropolitan Division is so competitive.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, AB. Did you guys discuss the ending of that second period with Pesci taking the roughing penalty and then Bunting with the punch? What's going on there?
What's up with Bunting there?
So this is what's always made me mad for so many years is Carolina in every single playoff series, they have never had a pest on their team. Every single NHL team has had a pest on their team. But this year we have Michael Bunting. And I mean, it's one of those things where you love him if he plays for you, you hate him if you're playing against them. Yeah, I mean, there's certain players you don't like, but I didn't see towards the end. I didn't see the end of it. I saw the roughing call. I couldn't really see far too much of it. I saw Pesci hit him to the side, and that was the last thing I saw because I've been switching back and forth. But we were talking about the power play before you hopped on, and that was the big thing that especially in the Hurricanes broadcast, one of our commentators said if Pittsburgh loses the power play, that it looks like Carolina's going to win this game. And in my head, I'm just like, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, it's just a power play. But definitely 0 for 5 it's not great, especially 4 Hall of Famers. I mean, even with age, those guys can score. They're automatic.
That's
That's
what's so infuriating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times we've talked about it, but you know, which is why we're calling for Todd Reardon's job. I mean, with you know, a little bit, you know, because
there it is right there. I do agree that Reardon's horrible as a backstabber.
I do agree that Sorry, it's like going to 3 things. I'm like, oh, did the Penguins just score right there? Like, what's happening?
Oh, it's me too. I'm switching back and forth trying to see.
Yeah, so I'm good.
I got dual monitors going right now.
I need one.
I'm locked in.
I know. I'll put it over here. So if I look away like that, I'm just looking at the game.
Hey, no worries.
But yeah, so that's the reason why we've been calling for Todd Reardon this whole entire time, just because, you know, when you have, like Josh said, 4 Hall of Famers on that power play, you know, got Erik Karlsson, Chris Letang, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Jake Gensel. How can you not score like that? Like on any roster, okay, on any of the 31 teams, that's a goal. Mm-hmm. You know, like it doesn't matter the situations of the season. That's a goal every single time. So as a coach, how hard is that job to literally say, hey, Sid, go out there and do what you do? You know, like just literally like we saw it today. Raquel just threw the puck on net without even looking, and Crosby did what he had to do. So why can't we do that on the power play? Yeah. Who knows? So I mean,
Well, Louis, I was going to bring this up on our episode tonight, but did you watch the video I sent you the other day?
oh yeah, the viral video. I don't know if you saw
AB,
this.
I don't
AB.
know if you had caught wind of it, but there is a video. Someone is filming behind the Penguins bench of the Penguins coach Todd Reirden getting
Yeah.
ready for the power play that they had in an overtime game. I forget who they were playing, but he literally is just holding the whiteboard and just struggling to
I'll
draw
try to
anything.
create
Did
it.
he not write anything? I think
He
I
didn't.
saw that where he
Yeah.
just sat there
So
and
he
like
just-
did
yeah.
nothing.
He's literally like this, and you could see he's about to write something, and then he just goes, I don't know. And he puts it down. And you hear the people who are filming going, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Miracle. I'm assuming you have.
Yes.
Like it's the most famous scene where, they have their goalie. They don't know if they should pull him or not. The Americans are beating the Russians.
Yeah.
And he goes, he doesn't know what to do. That was literally Todd Reirden. He goes, I don't know. He doesn't know what to do. And Carlson and Crosby are looking at him, expecting him to tell them what to do. And he's just looking like he's going to draw something, and he just gives up. So that alone should just have you fired. I mean, he's making millions of dollars for what? For what? I would just say, we always make the joke, the movie Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Yes.
You pass it to the Italians, right? You pass it to the Canadian. You pass it to Sid. Let him do it. That's what I would write on that whiteboard. It wouldn't be hard. Please give me Todd Reirden's job. That's what I would say. Just pass it to Sidney Crosby. Just do that. You do that, I guarantee you we're going to get a goal. So,
there was another big chance there. Stopped by Carolina. That could have been an easy goal. Oh,
there's been too many of those. That's the issue. The first period, Raquel had a sweet opportunity that just went right off of the post, and there's just been a few of those chances that we're just inches away from breaking it. And I mean, I have to credit to is it Kopanen? Is that how you say his last name? The Carolina
Kochetkov.
Oh, Kochetkov. Way off.
Wow, Josh.
Well, you were semi close. You got the K right.
You got the K right. Okay. I got one out of the many consonants there. I got one of them right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. But AB, I don't know how much you and Louis talked before I hopped on, but how are your expectations being met so far with Carolina this year?
Well, definitely not like I expected, especially like y'all talked about with Pittsburgh. I thought that this team was going to fire off the way that we did last year. We're top of the division, great in the regular season, and, make a deep playoff run and hopefully try to win the whole thing. It's just, once those two games happen, we beat Ottawa and then we beat the Kings, and then that after we lost to Anaheim, everything just kind of went downhill. And then I think for the first time in 5 years, we were, for one period of time, we were under 500, and everybody, including myself, was freaking out. We're going back to the dark ages. This is not good. Get ready for misery. But Carolina has, in my opinion, one of the best head coaches in the league. Rod Brindamore, everybody loves playing for Rod Brindamore. He knows the game. He's been there. He's been to the top of the mountain. His resume speaks for itself. I definitely, bringing in Orlov and Bunting were huge steps forward. Orlov, it took a little while for him to get going, but Bunting's played very well, and was really worried about Teravainen, and he's gotten off to a hot start, because last year he didn't play very well either. And then obviously the goaltending has been the main issue, because Freddie Anderson went down with a medical issue, and I've heard that he's coming back in a month to, he's not going to play again, to, months and months and months. And Kochetkov is only, I think, 24 years old, and he's pretty much being handed the keys to this team. So the way he's been playing the past 3 games, I think he's solid, but I do think Carolina needs, some help on the goaltending end. But a lot of players have stepped up, but definitely not where I wanted us to be. I obviously wanted us to be just like y'all in the top three. Philadelphia was the one that really surprised me.
Yeah, that's getting me mad a little bit because they got no one on that roster. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it makes me mad too.
Like we go out, we get Eric Carlson. These guys are picking up scrubs, and all of a sudden they're winning in overtime. They're getting these stupid puck luck goals that kind of help them win games, and it's just I'm like, first of all, wait, hold on, I'm trying to think. Yeah, you never had Tortorella. He screw him, I don't like him.
Neither do I.
So I'm trying to say I didn't want to offend the Carolina fan base.
No, we never had him.
You never had him. So I'm like, I hate his brand of hockey. It matches perfectly with Philadelphia. They belong together. I should say classic Philadelphia, not current Philadelphia. But still, the fact that these young guys are just finding ways to win just makes me mad. And they have no right to be there. That's just. I'm not biased at all.
Did y'all see it last night? Did y'all see the game last night where Jack Hughes had the puck and he just turned it over and Owen Tippett just took it and just scored it? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? You're getting paid that much money to be the face of the franchise and you turn it over to Owen Tippett?
I know. And especially it's such a bad look for the Devils as well. It's just like.
They've definitely not met expectations either. The whole Metro hasn't really, except for the Rangers.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, we agree. Like the Rangers suck too, and I hope they go on a horrible down, I guess, slope. Hey, if we want to make a pact and just let the Carolina Hurricanes and the Penguins be the top of the Metro, I'm good with that. You guys can have number one.
Yeah. I'll do
that. But I never really hated the Carolina Hurricanes. I think you guys are. It's one of those teams where you're like, and I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but you're like, good for them. It's like they've been trying. Like when they got Brent Burns, you're like, okay, they're doing something. Like all right, let's get going here. They got Anderson. Obviously, I know he's down now, but okay, they're putting the pieces together. They have a good head coach. You just want to see them succeed, and then you see teams like Philadelphia, Rangers, and you're just like the Devils, and you're like, get out of here. Just stop. So
yeah, it is so true. It is true what you said about Carolina because. I was putting my son to bed and he was seeing that I was watching the game on my phone and he goes, "Oh, who are the Penguins playing tonight?" I said, the Carolina Hurricanes. He goes, "Do we not like them?" I said, "Well, we don't like them because they're playing the Penguins, but I said, we don't we don't dislike them like we do other teams." Yeah. So it is true where it's just, there are certain one of those teams that are ingrained.
Yeah. That you're like Philly, Capitals, Rangers. Yeah. You're like, who cares what happens? But with the Hurricanes, you're like, all right. I mean, this is gonna be a good game. You're gonna like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I am with Pittsburgh. I mean, the past couple times I've seen us play the Penguins when some of the fans at the arena. I'm not gonna get into that, but I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Pittsburgh. I think that they're a great team. Sidney Crosby is one of the all-time greats. Love the way he plays, especially Chris Letang and Evgeny Malkin. I've always liked, so I never get mad. It's just the Rangers and the Bruins are the teams that really get under my skin.
They're dirty. It's like they have that ingrained, kind of like your bunting there. It was a little dirty there at the end, but it's okay. You guys need that.
We're not talking about that right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But they have dirty players. Every team has gone through this. Like they have that guy who's dirty. Like we had Reeves. Everyone forgets that. So it's like we had those guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like we're not dirty teams. Rangers have been consistently dirty. Fires.
Especially one player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whatever. We're not gonna get started on him, but yeah, him and Tortorella. Tortorella should have never left the Rangers. They fit that brand so well. But yeah, I mean, those teams are trash. So I like when it's one of those games. You look at those like we're playing the Rangers, Flyers. You're like, we want to put them in the ground, you know?
Yeah.
But when it's Carolina, you're like, oh, this is a good test for us. You know, I think that's what I saw on the Twitterverse. It's like,
good.
This is a good test for the Penguins because Carolina and Hurricanes are a lot more consistent. They're a good team. We're not. So like, how can we, if we could beat them, that's good. It's not like put them in the ground. This is a good test.
It's a barometer. Yeah.
100%.
Also,
100%.
one thing about the Hurricanes that I don't get, what's going on with these red helmets? Okay. Are the red helmets on the way? Not a big fan.
So I don't know, because I remember last year at one point we experimented a lot with the away jersey, pants, helmet. I think when we wore our reverse retro and there's a walk in, almost Jabba blocked out in front. We had like it was our reverse retro. We had black pants, red jersey, and a black helmet. So I kind of don't.
That I don't mind though. I don't mind that because
it was awful. It looked terrible.
Oh, okay.
It looked terrible. But I mean, I've kind of gotten used to it. I mean, I understand, the white helmet, but I don't know. I mean,
I will
it's
say
not
I'm getting
bad.
Oh, that was a good shot. I'm getting used to it because I have to frame my mind to be like, in the NFL, the helmets don't change, right?
Yep.
So like when they wear white, it doesn't really bother me because they always wear like dark pants or whatever. And that's what this reminds me of. It's because as long as they keep the red helmet and the red pants together matching, I'm not mad at it. I just, when I first saw it, threw me off. Didn't like it. But
yeah.
I may just sound like a stubborn old man and being like, hockey shouldn't change, So
Well, you're also crazy particular when it comes to jerseys with the
Really?
combos.
What do you think about these jerseys for Pitt? I like them.
They need to never change.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, so I know a lot of people may know this and a lot of people don't know this. So it's either you've never heard of this before or duh, of course. It's either or. So the striping for the Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys is actually mimicking the Pirates uniform years ago. Same striping and pattern and all. So if you go back to the Pirates uniform and you see the striping on their sleeves, like it's small stripes, but it's there. It's the same pattern as the stripes on the jersey. So at one hand, I'm like super lazy from the Penguins in the 80s there to kind of be like, we'll just steal that. But now it's so iconic because of Mario Lemieux and Yager that you're like, you have to have it forever. It's such an iconic jersey. I love the Hurricanes jersey. I've always loved the Hurricanes jersey with the kind of hidden Hurricane flag in the striping. I think that is one of the jerseys
last year
all time.
we had the reverse we had the 25th anniversary ones. Those were my favorite.
Right.
They had the silver. They had the silver on the arm sleeves. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, like, I don't know, it's just something with the red, black, silver combo that you guys have always
100%.
had.
Yeah.
Ooh, just so nice. Hurricanes have such a nice colorway there, and their logo is just their logo's good too. It's one of those logos where you're like, I hope it never changes. Although my theory is that the puck is upside down in the Hurricane. That's just me. You can argue that for yourself. So Josh, if you look at the puck, the shadow.
Okay. AB, I don't know if you know this. He's a graphic designer. So he's always finding things like this.
So
go ahead.
See the
Louis,
puck.
Tiny.
Look at the middle of the Hurricanes. So the puck.
Yeah.
Okay. If you think of it like the red is the top of the puck,
it's
upside down. Because a puck is. I don't have a puck with me.
It just looks like an oval stretched out.
Same.
No, not the outside. The inside.
Agrees.
I don't have the artistic vision.
Oh,
I will say this about the Penguins jerseys, though. I honestly like the Penguins' old jerseys before they changed it back to the black and yellow.
The Robo jersey?
No, you mean the Vegas gold.
Yeah, the Vegas gold, the black from the early 2000s. Those were my favorites.
Well, are you talking about the diagonal jerseys or the ones that Reebok redid?
So, gosh, I can't remember. So it was the triangle, and it still had the penguin in there, but it was like a goldish and then a lighter black.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Yeah,
that's like Crosby's early years.
That was Crosby's rookie year.
Yeah, those were my favorites.
Those were nice. Yeah, that was Lemieux's last year, Crosby's first year. They looked nice, and they had that shimmering Vegas gold on it. That was before like everyone got experimental with jerseys and stuff. Like, you know how Vegas has like literal gold on their jersey, and it has like 3D raised whatever, like little designs on their jersey.
See, I don't know all that. So
do you know what I'm talking about, AB? Like on their
probably not.
Come on, guys. So on the Vegas Golden Knights jersey, their logo, right? Obviously, it's just like 2D, but they have little accents to it. There's a penalty call going on right now. Oh, it's on us.
It's on us.
Yep.
Well, that's not going to
be a little bit ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with our streaming service. We're like a solid 30 seconds behind everyone. It's super frustrating.
It used to be AT&T Sportsnet, okay? And then the new owners for the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Fenway Sports Group, bought that out, and they're recreating a new one, right? They didn't let the fan base know what it was until like a week before the season started, and they didn't tell you where it would be like located. Like, is it going to be on national television? Do I have to pay for this?
Pay for it.
Yeah. Like how does this work? And they were like, you'll find out, you know? So we found out a week before, and it's on like Fubo or on something else. I think it's just, you have to pay for it if you're on your network, whatever.
Yeah. Out of market.
And it's 30 seconds behind no matter what you watch it on, your phone, your TV, your laptop. It's always behind. I get a notification from the Penguins app.
It's same here. Scored. Yeah, it's same here. And I'm like, where did I miss that? And then like 30 seconds later, it's scored, because Bally Sports, who does ours, they cover the Atlanta Braves and a bunch of, and there were streaming troubles with Bally Sports, and so many fans were getting pissed. And later on, I found out that they're getting ready to get bought out because they're not doing very well, but it's working now. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I have to, when we went into overtime against Nashville the other night, I was like, all right, I'm turning off my phone. So I turned off my phone and I just went on the TV and watched it, because I did not want to get a bling on my phone. And I didn't want to get a ring on my phone and be like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to like look at it.
Yeah. Right. I do that same thing. I turn my phone like on the ottoman. I turn it over, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch it. I can't, even if it buzzes, it freaks me out.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't look. Usually that's the goal. The one that I get freaked out to most, whether it's for us or against us, I'm always like, oh, that's it. What happened? Yeah. And then you watch the play develop and all that.
Tonight it was foreshadowing too, because I mean, I was watching the game and we were in the zone for like 2 minutes, but solid 2 minutes. And I'm like, we're going to, Nedeljkovic didn't have his stick. And I'm thinking, okay,
I was so pissed off.
Yeah. You got it too? Because I got the notification and I'm like, son of a gun.
No, I was watching the game when he didn't have his stick. I was watching everything play out, and I was like, I gotta keep my mouth shut. Even on here, I was like, can't be biased.
Yeah. Yeah. But I got the notification that like they scored and they were just about to ice the puck. So like I thought the goal was like going to happen right there. And I'm like, oh, of course. So now I got to wait, watch this face off and see how this goal develops.
Right.
I hate it.
Yeah. To change the direction to the game, Erik Karlsson's kind of getting a little annoyed that he got called for that. How on earth is he upset about that call?
Yeah,
like
he literally blatant there.
He like grabbed the guy's shoulder and ripped it back, and he's arguing. Like, dude, he is all right. One thing to kind of go back to the original question about Karlsson. one thing that I don't love about Erik Karlsson is that if a guy beats him and is on a breakaway, he will break every NHL rule to stop him from going on a breakaway. I like
That's pretty accurate.
And then he always gets upset. Like he'll like stab the guy, and then the ref will be like, "That's
what
2
I
minutes."
do. What I do.
He goes, "What was I supposed to do?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't take a penalty. How about that?" You know, like it's just. So he always argues, but I mean, that was such a blatant call. I don't know why he thought he would get away with that.
No, I
one.
was looking at it. Y'all were delayed, and I saw him rip him down, and then he tried to get back up, and it didn't work again. He like pushed him down again. I was like, "Are y'all gonna call the other one?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
One? So,
And then when it came back from commercial and it was just showing Karlsson like yelling at the ref, and I'm like, "Dude, come on,
stop, just stop."
That was like, watch the replay. That was a blatant penalty.
Well, it looks like Pittsburgh is getting ready to kill off this penalty.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is good
They've been
because our
doing
penalty
solid.
kill. Yes, this game has been doing good, but
Well,
last couple
last
games,
game. Well, we were out of town for a family funeral, but like the from what I watched of the game last game, we were pretty solid then against Minnesota Wild. We had some good kills because we had some of our guys who were on our penalty kill just be out due to injury, and they're just coming back now. So, I mean, I don't know. You'd like to hope that once everyone gets back healthy, that things can turn around, but I don't know. Time will tell.
yeah, so it looks like the penalty's killed, but Carolina still has it in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, I'm currently at. I'll tell you how far back.
Oh no! Let him. I want to hear him. I'd rather be 30 seconds ahead.
Okay. Well, I was just saying they
Yeah.
just dropped the puck off in the.
Yeah,
I know.
so 2 minutes. Oh my goodness! Oh, it was hit off a stick. I was about to say he just gave a fan a souvenir for no reason. Yeah, so still 2:19.
I don't want to get dead air. I know we're all watching the game right now. 1-1 with 3
Because
minutes
there's
left.
there's only 2 minutes left here.
I know.
Need some action.
Yeah. Aho with the
Bunting needs
face
to do
off.
some.
Bunting.
Well, I mean, speaking of, I mean,
Oh,
a team, a guy getting under skin. I don't know who it was. Sid was getting upset during first period. He was getting upset during a face-off, and I don't know who it was taking a face-off against him. He got so mad, and I tweeted it out. I was like, Sid's mad, get ready for a hat trick. And then literally like 2 minutes later, he got the redirection from Raquel. So it's been a kind of theme going on this whole game where there's little interactions.
Big chance. Big stop by Kochetkov.
Every time. It's every time. He's playing like he wants to win the Vezina this year.
Finally, we have a. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to comment on that because I do not want to.
Come on, jinx yourself, AB. Come on.
No. Just playing keep away right now. Oh, now Pittsburgh has it in the zone. Spin from Riley Smith.
We're so
Back
behind.
to
Josh.
Letang, and that's over the glass.
Gosh.
Yeah,
You're all right.
Yeah, I
Minnesota
kind of like this.
You got a minute 13. We're at minute 25 right now.
Gosh,
Yeah,
I'm fine with getting a point, but I don't know about y'all, but like overtimes give me a heart attack.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
they're just like
How do
times
you-
when
how do
I'm
you
watching
feel?
the game, I'm just like no.
Right.
When somebody gets the puck,
Yeah.
Well, because things happen like that in overtime, especially 3-on-3. Because it could be, a turnover goes into the zone, shoots, goes wide, and all of a sudden it's a breakaway 3-on-1, and you're like, oh, well, there goes that game. And then it's a magical save, and it goes back, and it's a 2-on-3, and then all of a sudden we score and we win. And you're like, how did you score that? Overtime makes no sense. Speaking of, how do you feel about the current overtime format?
So we talked about this on our last session that we did. I'm not a fan of 3-on-3. I think it should be 5-on-5 continuously. I think
until there's a goal.
correct.
Wow. So
the
you don't like the
old
shootout?
school.
No.
Old school, you used to tie.
No, I mean, well, it's just ties aren't fun. We're not playing soccer. So
Right.
I mean, I would say set a limit maybe, but like I don't know. It's just like when you think of playoff hockey, you think of continuous overtimes and it's competitive. But I just don't like shootouts because it's just not fair, in my opinion. Because their teams, when we played Washington, Washington held the puck in their own zone for about 4 minutes, and they went into the shootout. And then Kuznetsov did his thing. He scored, and nobody else scored, and we lost the game.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I get that in
that's
certain
stupid.
things.
Yeah.
I do get the shootout in certain things. I do kind of like it, but I agree with you. I think it should be 5-on-5. 5-on-5, a 10-minute period would be really cool.
That's my thing. Josh. I think it's too quick because it's
the 5 minute.
5 minutes. Like it's literally it's over. Like I
well,
understand 3-on-3 makes it, expedite the process even more so. But then why don't we settle a little bit? Louis wants 10 minutes. You guys want 5-on-5. Why don't we just meet in the middle? 10 minutes for 4-on-4.
Why don't we just do 750? 750 5-on-5. 750 5-on-5. That's right down the middle.
750, right? Then you bring in your backup goaltender on the ice for the fifth man, okay? And then he's allowed to shoot, but he can't shoot past the blue line, so he's got to stay in the middle of the ice just to make passes.
Oh, that sounds chaos.
Yeah.
Why would? What is?
That's not a real suggestion, Josh. I say bring the head coaches out, right? You know those $1 million winners that they have to shoot through the little hole in the halftime for these fans. You make the coaches do that instead of a shootout. You just say, all right, Brenda Moore.
Damn it, I just looked at my phone when I'm watching the game.
Yes.
Wait, so then do you need to tell us something? What just happened?
No, end of third. We're going overtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
End of third.
See, Penguins just ruined it for me. I have 25 seconds, and I got the notification. Hey, we're going to third. So I'm like, all right, I don't need to pay attention.
I already turned off my notifications.
I was about to tweet your suggestion for to the NHL.
You should though.
For our new NHL overtime.
I got a new one. Dodgeball coaching staffs come out on the ice. All right, and we just settle this dodgeball style.
With the dodgeball or a puck?
Ooh. I think
dodgeball until there's a tie, then it goes to a puck.
You know the movie Dodgeball where they do sudden death?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's what you need to do a puck.
Blindfolded. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and I have to tweet a little bit.
Oh, that's too good.
There was a guy who came on here. He's also part of THPN. I've never seen it before, but he does a podcast for the Hershey Bears for the AHL.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we've talked with that guy.
Yeah, I had never seen AHL podcast on here until he joined. I was like, oh, I think I recognize him.
Yeah. He's been on for a while. He's a nice guy.
I will say, all right, speaking of, like we talked about organizations, the Hershey Bears is probably the best run AHL team in the whole entire league.
It was the Chicago Wolves before that whole thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. But I mean, like, just you go to the arena and they sell it as
marketing and everything. Yeah.
It's its own thing, right? Like if you go to Wilkes-Barre, you're like, hey, we play for the Pittsburgh Penguins. You're like, we're a farm team for the Pittsburgh
Penguins. It's pretty obvious. We got a Penguin too.
Yeah. But the Hershey Bears is like, don't mention Capitals when you're in this building. This is Hershey Bear territory. And you're like, okay, hey, I like that. They got their own colors. They don't give a crap about their team above. And that's what I kind of like, Okay. And so the fact that they have like podcasts for that team just helps them out even more. So I love it. I absolutely love it.
So here's the face-off. It's Stahl,
I hate this strategy.
Raquel Carter, and Carlson.
Why is Raquel out there?
What Sullivan does is that he puts Carter out there for the initial face-off, and then will literally immediately sub him for
Crosby. But why is
that's
Raquel
what they
out
do
there?
with Stahl. That's what they do with Stahl
Oh,
for
do they
Aho.
really?
Yeah, they do the same thing. Stahl takes the
Here.
faceoffs because
yeah.
y'all seen him play. Stahl is great.
Yep, there goes
faceoffs.
Carter Crosby on
Yeah.
the ice.
Yeah, and
But
here comes
Stahl just did the
Aho's
same
out
thing.
there now.
Yeah.
They always do that. They always start with 2 defensemen, and then Burns will come off the ice, and Aho will come off the ice immediately.
Now,
Oh, wow.
that's strange that they
Interesting.
do it with Burns, though.
I guess for like if they lose the initial.
Yeah, to get back on the
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I also hate that too, that what the Penguins were just doing too, with you're in the zone and then all of a sudden you just take it out of the zone. It's 3-on-3. There's enough, but there's enough room on the.
Yeah, but you don't want to force anything.
I gotta send you I gotta send y'all the clip of the 5-minute recap of the Capitals and Canes game. It was them entering the zone and backing up, enter zone and back up, around the net, back up, enter zone. It was awful.
Oh,
I mean, I get that strategically. You want to spread out the defense, and I get that. And I understand. But for them to do it constantly, I get why that's.
Hey, Louis, did you see
they're looking
offside, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Crosby's on the ice now.
Did you see who was offsides? It was your boy, Malkin.
Evgeny Malkin?
Yeah.
Is it Malkin or Malkin? That's the question.
If you want to get.
What time of day is it?
Yeah.
Later in the day, it's Malkin. Early in the day, it's Malkin. So I don't know. Depends how tired I am. It's Malkin.
Oh, God. Here we go. Turnover.
All right.
Lars Eller. Oh, Kochetkov came out to play it, and it goes out of play.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my gosh.
Something, please.
See, I just saw Crosby taken into the zone, and you were like, oh, like Lars Eller.
Yeah.
Because here he goes, a breakaway. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Here's what. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say I know we're kind of done talking about the overtime or whatnot, but I mean, I don't like the whole loser gets a point thing.
Okay.
That's more interesting.
For me, it's more interesting. I kind of like the whole point thing.
2 is the winner. You lose, it's 0. Stays the same.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but then I don't know how.
Because then, because I feel like sometimes teams are playing for overtime at in the third period. So then, if you remove the aspect of earning a point for just getting to overtime, you may have a more competitive.
Oh boy, here we
third
go.
Period.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind. Oh no.
Don't bring me on this roller coaster, AB.
Yeah. And if the Penguins score, I want you to be so excited.
Nope. Oh, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
How is that not boarding?
There were a couple calls that you'll see that could have gone on both sides.
Louis, I think I'm ahead of you.
Did Letang just get dragged into the corner?
But then you're gonna see a blatant tripping that's not called.
On us or them?
Yeah, on us. Like,
that's cool. Letang's not playing defense. That's cool, dude.
What else is new? Man. Yo, the crowd.
God, come on, do something.
The crowd is roaring though. It looks like in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I have my.
Oh, traffic was terrible today.
Oh, now I turned up mine a little bit. Now I can hear it.
Yeah. Well, I can see like our camera angle. Like you could see a whole bunch of fans like standing.
Traffic was terrible. I saw people. So I have to drive by the arena. It was around 4:00. People were out ready to go. I'm like, they don't open the doors until 6. What are you doing here?
It's the holiday season.
Yeah, that's how it is in Carolina too. But people are out like tailgating and stuff.
Yeah. But
wait, you guys tailgate down there?
Oh, here comes the power.
Josh, they got great weather down there. Why wouldn't?
And Pittsburgh's going on the power play.
No way.
Lewis.
That's massive. For what though? I'm trying to see.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie here. That was definitely a hometown call.
Oh, the Crosby.
Yeah, no
situation?
offense. Yeah, I was about to say no offense.
No, here,
That is BS. There's
Okay.
no way.
Call.
Hey, let me talk to you, AB, real quick. Hold on.
There's
So
a
in the
board.
beginning of the game, Crosby got a blatant trip. Crosby was tripped up in the beginning of the game. Nothing. Nada. Not even like, is it a call?
How is that? Okay, I'm sorry. How is that a hold?
Louis, that's not a penalty.
How is that a hold? Crosby
We'll take
pushes him off.
We'll take it.
It's not a penalty.
If they score here, I don't get that. I really don't.
See, I'm the most unbiased Penguins fan.
I'm not saying it was a good call. I'm just saying I'll take it.
Oh my God, Louis, that was horrible. That was horrible.
Yeah, Todd, what are you drawing up, bro? What are you drawing up, bro?
So what we're
Roll
going
the
to
clip.
do? He has 4 guys. Oh, that's another thing I don't like about overtime. They add a guy rather than take away. How great would it be to see like a 3-on-2? Just the passing would be unreal. Tic-tac-toes all day.
Oh,
all right.
God, I'm getting ready to have going to cardiac arrest.
Oh, please don't. We can't do any chest compressions from here.
There we go.
Well, they killed and got it out of the zone
there.
there.
The 4 Hall of Famers. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
only 3.
Oh, who's the 4th guy? Raquel?
Gensel. Yeah, he's nowhere.
But that's debatable.
Oh my gosh, Malcolm, keep it in the zone, dude.
My God,
we're going to a shootout here, boys.
No, we're not, Josh.
Oh,
with this power play, we're going to the shootout.
Yeah, Todd Reardon's like, guys, do what you want.
Oh my God, what a save! Holy cow!
All night he's been doing that.
Yep, shootout. Poop on a stick, dude. Oh, Crosby!
Right. We are going to a shootout.
Coaches, come on out. We'll have 3 balls on the blue line, on the red line.
I think Tom Reardon should draw. Oh, Kochekhov's hurt.
What?
Wait, so you're gonna have a cold goalie?
No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna put like a player in there.
Was he just bending down because he's tired? I mean, that was a huge sequence.
Hopefully, he's just tired.
Oh, he's all right. He's all right. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's just relief.
Dude, that save on Crosby though,
unreal.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah.
Now we almost trying to draw up a shootout move.
Remember, we had that 12 round shootout, and Nedeljkovic was in net, and he got hit in the head. He luckily shook it off, but he laid down for a minute, and we were thinking, oh boy, are we gonna have to bring in Jari cold in the middle of a shootout?
Yeah,
God, I was that's a disaster.
I was like, just put Letang in there.
Same result.
Yeah, that was an unreal save. Because the deflection original, look at that. Man. Just like how Nedeljkovic saved our game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to. Kochekov. Yeah, he saved you guys. This is a goalie battle tonight. That's what that is.
Who's Swaggy P? Who's that guy?
Swaggy P was he's a TikToker.
Oh, he used to be a basketball player.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's also a basketball player.
Yeah, Nick Young. Yeah,
Nick Young.
No, it's not this guy. This guy used to play for the Wheeling Nailers. Okay, Josh.
Oh, really?
And then COVID hit, and then he was like, "I don't make enough money for this," So
all right, here we go.
He decided to make TikToks, and now he's famous. All right, yeah, let's go with Raquel. He hasn't played, and
I'm not gonna say anything for the shootout because you're behind.
Well, no, go ahead.
No, well, hold on.
Louis, I don't think that's Raquel. Is that Raquel?
Raquel's the first shooter.
Yeah, Raquel's first shooter.
Oh,
he better have something up his sleeve there.
God.
Oh, so why would you put him out for that? Bring out Swaggy.
Why are we bringing him out? What the? Okay.
Who'd you bring out?
Stefan
who'd you bring?
Nason.
I don't know who that is. So
Sorry, yeah, no idea who that is.
Well, he's been playing really well for us, but
okay.
just to try to do a clapper right in front of the goalie. Oh, here he comes.
I love those people. I love those. Like, what do you think is going to happen
Good
there?
Lord. Oh, heavens.
yeah, unless your name is Ovechkin, I wouldn't recommend slapping it past the hash marks on a shootout.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a bad idea. Nedeljkovic barely got a glove on that one. All right, here comes Sid. Watch out for the 5-hole, everyone.
Oh, baby.
Who did we bring out?
That's why he's the GOAT.
Oh,
Who did we bring out? Oh, there we go. So help me. Yeah. Okay.
that was
Did you bring out Teravainen?
No, we brought out Svechnikov.
Really? Why
No.
isn't Teravainen going? Is he not a good shootout guy?
I don't know. I don't understand why Aho didn't go either.
saving
Oh,
him.
yeah.
They're saving him. I think this is going to be a long shootout.
Letang up next.
All right, here we go. Letang scores, we win.
Correct.
God, I think
Letang scores, we win. I'm looking at the live score on the screen as well, because if I see that 2-1, I'm
I got to turn
real
my phone
excited.
off.
Here comes Tanger. All right, we're still alive.
We're all at 3 different times.
3 different times.
3 different
You know what's
times.
crazy? I'm in Pittsburgh and I'm the slowest here.
Ah.
All right, here, Teravainen.
Not
Here we
gonna
go.
lie. I didn't like that shootout by Teravainen.
Neither
And
did
we
I.
win.
Yeah. That was
I've done 3 live streams. I'm 0-3.
oh. Next time we play Carolina, we'd like to live stream with you again.
No worries. Yeah, no worries. I haven't told them where can they find y'all. Just go ahead and shout your guys' podcast,
go for it,
Twitch,
Louis.
wherever.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
I'll do it. So
What? Are we shouting out our
every
own
game,
podcast? Go ahead.
every game we go live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and all of our handles are at Pens Collective. With Louis live tweets the game on our X/Twitter account. So again, at Pens Collective, and our audio version is then uploaded next day. That's to all the platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you're listening to podcasts, THPN, everywhere, wherever you can find podcasts, we are there. Just search the Penguins Collective.
Wherever you can imagine. Man, I just noticed the chat.
Oh, you
Just
get to
noticed
see the
it.
chat?
Yeah, the
Yep.
chat's right here. I'm just reading.
Yeah, so we had it on private chat. I was like, oh, it's pretty quiet tonight. And I see so many people. That's awesome.
Well, a lot of them, I think- gosh, when did we talked about Bruce, and then the rest we've ignored for 30 something minutes.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I see Carlson is not worth $2 million per season. Whoa, all right. That's a bold statement. 2-time Norris Trophy, but that's all right.
All right. Well, if
All
you
right.
guys are still watching, you can follow me and my co-host who's not here tonight at Keniac Sessions, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, wherever you want to do. And follow us on X, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank
likewise.
you for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely want to do it again. And we need to have you on the pod. Maybe
we
not
gotta
tonight.
have you on the pod. I think
I'm
we're gonna have
sure-
to have some messages exchanged after.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. No,
Just
I'd
don't.
love to
just-
have it.
Let's just not talk about the game. That's my only
Yeah,
request.
just remember, only bring your best overtime rule changes. That's what we'll
Yes.
talk about.
Yeah,
And
dodgeball.
yeah, dodgeball, jerseys, ideas, and all that. We'll talk about it.
All right.
But yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. And thank you
All
all
right.
for watching.
Have a good one.
Say something.